Right, buddy. Manchester United are out of the FA Cup. We lose on penalties. Listen, a very, very poor performance at times for Manchester United. We're out. Lindelof for Zirkzee missed penalties. Yes, it's frustrating by them, but listen, it was a very, very 50-50 game. I thought it was a game which could have went either way at times. It's going to get worse than this. Falling out of love with United, I think it was very boring at times. I think we bottled it as well. I think there were so many opportunities lost to win the game. And yes, they come down to young Chidi Martin. But listen, we're out. It's frustrating. It's so difficult to watch Manchester United play at the moment. We're so poor. I think with Manchester United, the main issue is we just have nothing in the final third. Like, genuinely, we're just so sloppy, and we're just not creating anything in the final third. I think in the first half we had one or two chances, but when it comes down to penalties, I think we could have won it. In terms of later on, Zirkzee had a few chances, but one thing you can say, the players gave everything in today's game. And I know people are going to go in on the penalties, and we know we lost this as our only route into Europe, but I think the players gave everything in today's game. Zirkzee looked absolutely knackered. I could see him getting massages. He had so much cramp. Like, you just have to give it credit, because look where Zirkzee has been and look where he is now. Yes, he missed the penalty, which is frustrating, but he's done so well for us. De Ligt was fantastic today. Yoro, everyone gave in the shift. Onana, we've criticised him. Made some wicked saves today. So yeah, listen, overall, it was a boring performance, but there were some individual players that did very well. I think at times we did struggle to bypass and get at Fulham. I think that does come with not having Dorgu or any decent wing backs in the team. I think we did really massively miss him. But look at the goal that we conceded. Just very sloppy. Another set piece conceded by Manchester United. Like, just sloppy defending from Manchester United. The cross comes in. We lose two headers in the box, and Calvin Bassey nods it in. I mean, we conceded a similar goal 2 years ago when we played them. Like, it's just very poor defending. Genuinely just zonal marking. There's so much gaps in between the defence at Manchester United. That would be a huge worry. Set pieces, we've looked pretty decent at defending them recently. I thought Onana today did save quite a few and prevent them from scoring, but it's just that one that did ultimately cost Manchester United the game. Now let's talk about the goal Bruno Fernandes scored. What a finish it was. Great ball by Dalot. And I think we did get the ball to Dalot quite a bit today, but he's just not a left wing back, and he's not good enough with it. Then we did miss Dorgu. I'm happy he's in the next Europa League game. He can play that game. But boy, we're going to miss him against Arsenal and Leicester, because there's just nothing down the wing backs today. And I sympathise with Mazraoui because he's not a wing back, but he's just doing a job there for us. And same with Dalot as well, to be honest with you. He just did a job there. But that Bruno finish, left foot into the bottom corner. And again, Bruno just had a very solid performance. He was the catalyst for everything that went well for Manchester United. Again, and where we would be without him, but genuinely, I think we probably would get relegated. But listen, it's so tough to watch United play. There's just no fluidity. Listen, at times there were some good bits. I thought we defended well, but the attack was just non-existent. It's torture watching United at the moment. We're knocked out. It's hard watching us play. But listen, we lose on penalties. It was always going to be a 50-50 thing. But wow, at times we were insanely sloppy with the way that we played. We go out on penalties. This was a real opportunity, man, to get into Europe for Manchester United. We're not going to... it's very difficult to win the Europa League. This was one of the biggest opportunities, the biggest opportunity for Manchester United to get into Europe. And listen, we lost on penalties. And listen, as I said, there were so many opportunities for United to score. I thought Chidi, when he came on, was fantastic. He played around 55 minutes. He was absolutely quality on the ball. As I said, he didn't have clear... we didn't create chances for him. He more or less just created chances himself. And I'm sure he has to be into contention to start the next game. But Amorim has to change something. I think some of the decisions by Amorim today as well are very weird. Taking off Ugarte, as I said, I understood he was on the yellow, but still, why are you taking him off? And we lost so much in that midfield when he came off. And that's where you see him have to make that decision of bringing on Casemiro. The Euro one can make sense, but again, Lindelof was just woeful when he came on. And I hope the Maguire injury isn't serious, because genuinely we could be finished if Maguire's out injured, because we have Martinez out. Lindelof isn't good enough. Yes, we have Mazraoui, but again, we need cover in that position. But listen, I thought the defence defended well. I don't remember, they had maybe one or two clear-cut chances, but again, I thought Onana made some very good saves. And listen, we've criticised him, but today you have to give him praise. Who else was good today? Zirkzee as well. Relentless running legs, quality. Yes, he misses the penalty, but again, just a decent performance. And I don't know why Garnacho and Xerxes are not taking one of our pens before. It doesn't make any sense why. I mean, what was it? Bruno, Delo, Casemiro, Lindelof, something like that. Like, very, very weird decision making. But listen, we move from here. As I said, we must win the Europa League now, and that is a very difficult trophy to win. Sociedad ain't going to be an easy game. But boy, oh boy, it's very, very tough watching Manchester United at the moment. Just nothing going on in that final third. Højlund, I mean, genuinely, I'll give up. You have to start Chidi Iwobi in the next game. You have to. But yeah, let's see what happens. We're out of the FA Cup. We lose on penalties. It was just very... Listen, I think we started off the game well. I don't think it was as bad as United have been in the last couple of games. It was certainly way better than Ipswich. Better than Leicester in the Cup. Like, we actually started the game on the front foot. De Ligt was making challenges. Maguire was winning his aerial duels. Like, it was a moment in that, but there were large parts where United just didn't offer much, and that would be really concerning for Amram. I think, listen, we just got a buyout to the summer, and then we can just make some changes. Amram talked about how he knows that some players are going to leave. They know that they're already on their way out. I just have to see out the season. The Europa League is our only hope now, so we must go 100% in that game against Sociedad. Because that's the most important thing now. We need to win a trophy. We're not going to get into Europe through the Premier League. We're just not. Unless, I don't even think it is. I don't know if it's possible, but we have to win that Europa League. As I said, there were some elements today which were very good. I thought at times our pressing, but it was a bit lethargic at times, and the crowd were getting severely frustrated, and you can see that. We just weren't showing that clinical edge, that impetus at home, which we should be showing. Now, our next game's away from home. Let's see if we can see a reaction. The players are going to be absolutely knackered, playing 120 minutes, but we have got 2 or 3 days to prepare for the next game. But yeah, listen, Bruno, the catalyst for Manchester United today, inspires the comeback against Everton. Gets us into extra time and gets us to penalties, and then takes the first penalty and scores it. So you have to hold respect to that. I think Eriksen, I think we did miss the legs in the 2-10s. When you play Xerxes and Eriksen, they're two similar profiles. And yes, they're very good on the ball, but they don't have the runs in behind. Højlund was making them, but he's not good enough. We need those runs in behind. I think when Garnacho come on, he did add a bit of spark, a bit of fire into the team, but again, simply just wasn't enough. But listen, that's been the match reaction. I'm frustrated that United go out, but listen, we take it from here. We move on now. We have a big games coming up that we must win. I'm sure Ruben Amram's going to be frustrated. I'm sure he is, because the performance simply wasn't good enough. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Out of the FA Cup, as I said, 100% of the Europa League. Big shout out to some of their players today, because I thought they did do a very good job. We lose narrowly on penalties.